We've been coaching 6, 7, and 8 figure entrepreneurs for over 10 years, and one of the most frequent questions that we'll get is around clarity. We're going to deep dive on all things clarity, whether you're seeking clarity in your marketing message, whether you're seeking clarity in what direction you should go with your content creation, what your vision should be, what your offer is, whether you should hire this staff member or anything like that. No matter what it is, we're going to show you the deep essence of the foundations of what clarity actually is, so that you can stay clear all the way through. Grab your beverage of choice. We've got a bulletproof coffee here. And we're gonna have some fun with this one. So, if we look at an individual who's seeking clarity, okay, they wanna find clarity around what it is that they're doing. That's with beautiful intention, because if you've had moments where you are crystal clear on exactly what you're doing, exactly how you're doing it, exactly who you're doing it for, then you've probably experienced the superhuman nature of this. We're so clear, now we just do it. Now we just allow ourselves to just simply be it, and we're crystal clear and everything gets done. So the intention to be clear is a very beautiful one. However, the way in which most people go about becoming clear is not only ineffective, it's actually making them more murky. It's actually contrary to the way in which you could go about it. So let's use this metaphor. We've got a window behind us here, and it's going to land for you real damn quick. It's pretty simple. If I want clarity of that window that I'm looking out of, do I need to add or do I need to subtract? Obviously, I need to subtract. All that is there for me to do, if I wish to become clear, is to wash away the impurities that are on the lens I'm looking through. It's as simple as it is. So it's not a process of adding. It's not a process of finding clarity. It's not something to be found, because there isn't a lack of clarity nearly as much as there is a overabundance of grime that's on the window. So through simply taking away the noise, we become clear. Through taking away the impurities, we become clear. Because the reason that you're not clear today, getting more tactical and specific now, the reason that you're not clear today is because you and I both live in a reality drenched with noise. There are millions, billions, trillions of content pieces like this one that are telling you what to do and how to think and how to ultimately be. So if you've got trillions of specs thrown at you again and again and again, do you think you're going to be clear, or do you think you're going to be blurry as fuck? You're going to be incredibly blurry. You're not going to be able to see jack shit. And what's going to end up happening is you're then going to look for clarity somewhere outside of yourself. You're then going to subconsciously look for a way in which you can do your marketing that resonates with you. And all that's doing is adding more muck to your screen, to your window of awareness. So you end up less clear than when you begun the search of clarity. And then what ends up happening is that doesn't feel right, so you search for something else, and oh my God, I feel clear now. Oh, but Tom, I saw this marketing way that someone did this, and they taught me how to market and implement this system, and now I feel clear. Well, then what ends up happening is you feel clear for a temporary period, and then over time, that doesn't work for you anymore. And now you're unclear again. You're simply going around in the cycle again and again. Why? Because that was not your window that you were looking through. That was somebody else's. So again, you looked through somebody else's window of clarity, and it's clear for them. But then when you came back home to yourself, oh, now I have to look through my window, and it's not very clear now. In fact, I've yet again just added more noise. This is particularly important for entrepreneurs at the moment as we are navigating this transition. And make no mistake, we are in one of the wildest transition periods in entrepreneurship that you'll come across. And that is the fact that we are actually peaking in our technological advancement, which means that we are simultaneously retracting from our technological advancement, meaning that AI and short attention spans and data being thrown at us, noise, is at an all-time high, which means that since that's so blindingly everywhere, everybody else is starting now to seek stillness and to move beyond the noise. So what if one of the core reasons that you're consistently unclear, do you know what's so common? Entrepreneurs coming to me and they have changed what they're doing, what their mission is, what their offer is. They have changed that more times than they've changed their underwear. Like, it is this constantly like shifting and oh no, now I've got a new epiphany. Oh, now I've got another new epiphany. Oh my God, I just had this deep breakthrough and now I'm doing this thing and now I'm doing that thing and now I'm doing this thing. And I don't say that to mock these individuals. I say that with a very empathetic heart. You're overstimulated. There's too much out there. Human beings are not actually designed to interpret this much information all the fucking time. We're supposed to live in tighter knit communities and know about 100 people, right? And think of the clarity problems that the farmer would have had. It's like he's not sitting there unclear. It's very simple. It's plow the paddocks, right? Or whatever his job is. So for us though, we're caught up in all of this noise that we're unclear. So what does this mean for you now? This video today, for example, I didn't take a note. This video wasn't in my notes. The content, the topic of this video wasn't in my notes. It wasn't a video that I had to get an idea for and then quickly write it out and get it going and all the rest. Because I understand that the ideas that are truly mine, they cannot be ignored. And now passing this back over to you, what's the content that you can't not create? What's the project that you can't not fulfill and uptake? What is the type of client that still keeps coming back to you again and again and again, and no matter what it is that you do, that idea's still been in there for years? Again, I've used this many examples in my last few videos. YouTube for me, that has been gnawing at my fucking head for about 5 years now. And I've dabbled in and pulled back and dabbled in and pulled back. And consistently, I always come back to it. And this was when I was caught in the noise. Oh no, I'll just like get on my Instagram stories and spit out on my stories and run ads and do this thing and do that thing and get all the noise happening and make sure that I hit the target audience in this way, and I was caught up in the noise. Oh, but it worked. Yeah, but it wasn't me. Okay, it worked, but it wasn't me. And anything that works, any game that you're winning, that's not the real game you want to be playing, you're going to quit that game eventually. You're going to resent that game eventually. So there's my clarity point. How am I going to deliver my content? Well, I've always wanted to deliver deep dive, long form content with the whiteboard. And that's what I've predominantly been doing. The call was no whiteboard today, so I went with it. So that's clarity for me. Because when I remove the noise, when I remove the grime, when I remove the emotional noise, the fear, when I remove the doubt, when I remove the imposter syndrome, when I fully purify myself, the only pillars that are left, that's clarity. Okay? My world over the past few months, I have been on an absolute journey, and it's the exact journey that I take all of my clients through. It is a process of distillation. a process of simplification in a divine way, a process of purification for them. So that once all that dust has settled, the only thing left is clarity, is pillars, a core pillars. So for me, the core pillars, I've got an exclusive silent mastermind that I run that no one knows about. It's invite only. I've got that. I've got one-on-one immersion days, and I've got Transformer, and you can also book a once-off call with me. That's just it. That's just it. Immersion days, Transformer, one-on-one, once-off calls. So clear. Those are the things that I always keep coming back to. Oh, but it's not scalable to do this. Oh, but it's not, you could be on school communities and doing those things, and this person's doing this. I don't care. I consistently don't care. I've spent my entire career winning the game by playing completely contrary to the rules that I don't even agree with. This is my game, and you get to do yours as well. I immersed with a client just the other week, and we immersed and we went through so much decluttering of noise. We just stripped everything away. Oh my God, it's so abundantly clear now. And I've said this before, boom, that afternoon, 40 grand in sales. This individual hadn't even done a $40,000 month yet. He did a $40,000 afternoon with a cup of tea in his hand, right? How? Why? Because we went through so much work to simplify and purify everything. Now, some of you might be wondering now, okay, well, what do I do about it? Well, you probably invest in that clarity call with me for a start, but that aside, what do you do about it? Come back to so much more stillness. Get rid of your phone. Get rid of your phone for 90% of the day. Go out into nature. Meditate more. Breathe more. Slow everything down. You should be starting to see the theme of my YouTube channel at the moment. There's going to be core principles. You watch those videos back, you're going to go, oh, I've got to get beyond the noise. I've got to slow it all down. I've got to come back further into myself. I've got to play that game and integrate and alchemize my work into my business. Then when we get into conversations of dialing people's marketing in, which we do, when we get into conversations of dialing their lead flow in, their sales in, all of it, it becomes a beautiful coherence between who they really are at the core and the business that they're actually running. One other exercise you can do is clarity loves to compound. So get your journal out and write down everything that you are clear on right now. Write down everything you are clear on, that you're certain, you're 100% certain you're clear on. Just write that down. And anything you're not certain on, just leave it for now. Just don't even think about it. Quite often we believe that we have to have absolute clarity over absolutely everything. But then the pursuit to defog simply attracts more fogginess, right? Because like attracts like. Versus when we simply get our journal out and we go, I am clear I love my daughter. I am clear I love my wife. I am clear I love X, Y, and Z friend. I am clear on doing YouTube videos. I am clear on Transformer. I am clear on single day immersions. I am clear on our secret mastermind. I am clear on these pieces, right? And I sit in the feeling and in the energy of that clarity. More clarity than appears. Another final metaphor I'll give you, and the beautiful Alan Watts has a quote that lines up beautifully in this. When we went up to Bali, there were all these ancient statues in the water, like out in the ocean. And there were all these kids swimming around out there, and I couldn't find all these statues because a lot of the silt had been stirred up. And it just reminds me of Alan Watts' quote, muddied water is best left alone. Muddied water is best left alone, because what will happen is it'll all settle and everything will become clear. And that is so true of the mind and so true of all marketing. Stop seeking it. As you're swimming around looking for these statues underwater, you're swimming around, you're just messing everything up. Stop. Just be still. Just be still. Calm down and watch clarity appear. And then you'll have the best type of clarity. You will not have somebody else's clarity like what we spoke on earlier. You will have your clarity. And it'll be true to you, not for the next week or the next month or the next year. It'll be true to you for decades. Because imagine if you had consistent clarity year after year after year, not just week after week, but if it was the same rhythmic clarity again and again and again. Imagine if I had the same rhythmic clarity on YouTube for 10 years now, right? And that's my lesson to learn with. Wow, fuck, why didn't I just start with this sooner? Why wasn't I clear on this and trusting in this sooner? I'll tell you why. Because I was caught up in all the fucking noise, both externally, but also this noise. And it wasn't until I journeyed with mentors through the pursuit of mastery that it all started to dial in. If this has been useful, share it with a fellow entrepreneur that needs to hear this. And if you'd love to deep dive on that clarity together, invest in a one-on-one deep dive call below. There's no sales pitch. It's a standalone offer where you and I can deep dive on your next biggest move. Doesn't matter whether you're running a 6, 7 or 8 figure company or you're just getting started out. Book the call, we'll deep dive together and have an incredible time doing so. I'll see you on the next one.